Hey, I'm Chef Tom with All Things Barbecue, and today we are going to be making a fantastic holiday side dish, green bean casserole, start to finish in the Dutch oven. So let me give you a little rundown of how this green bean casserole is going to go. We have three main components. That's the green beans themselves, which we're going to boil in the Dutch oven on a side burner of a gas grill. Then we have the cream sauce, which is made up of mushrooms and onions and a bunch of other good stuff. And then we have the topping, which is fried shallots and some breadcrumbs and cheese. So we're gonna do all those things separately, combine them, and then finish this on the grill. All right, we're using 4 to 6 good-sized shallots. We're gonna cut the ends off, peel all the skin off, and then cut them into slices. To the sliced shallots, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of flour and a tablespoon of Cattleman's Grill California tri-tip seasoning. And we'll kind of break these apart so that they can fry nice and evenly. All right, everything's coated in flour, so let's take this over to the grill. All right, this is our Lodge Logic 7-quart Dutch oven, and we've got a couple inches of vegetable oil down here that's preheated to 350 degrees. Now we're just gonna put a handful at a time of these shallots in here. We don't want to overcrowd the pan. All right, it's just been a couple of minutes. Those are a nice golden brown. So we're gonna lay those out on some paper towels to drain. And it's a good idea to hit those with just a little bit of salt when they come out. And we'll repeat the process with the other half. Our creamy mushroom sauce is gonna start with a pound of chopped up mushrooms. We're also gonna need a large yellow onion sliced. All right, so we've got boiling salted water, we've dumped our green beans in, and we're gonna par cook those for a couple of minutes now. The green beans have been boiling for about 4 or 5 minutes. Nice and hot. We can see that they're getting a little bit tender, but they still have some snap to them, and that's right where we want them to be. So at this point, we're gonna take these, drain them, and plunge them in cold water. All right, so I'm flipping on the side burner as well as these inside the chamber. I'm just gonna preheat 2 of them, and the rest of this we're gonna leave off. That way we have an indirect cooking surface inside the chamber. And to get our mushroom sauce started, we're gonna melt some butter here in our Dutch oven. And then as soon as this is melted, we can get our mushrooms and our onions cooking down. And I want to add a couple tablespoons of our California tri-tip seasoning. Mix this up, and we'll give this about probably 10 minutes or so to really soften up and let these get translucent. Now while we have a minute, let's go ahead and finish up our topping. We're going to take these shallots that we fried, throw those in a bowl with a 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs, a 1/4 cup Parmesan cheese. We'll also give it a little bit of salt. Next, we're going to add our garlic and a 1/2 cup of flour. We give that a good stir, and we'll let this cook for about a minute. It's really going to gum everything up, but once we start adding our liquid, that's what's going to help this thicken into a nice sauce. Now we're going to add about a cup of white wine, and that'll deglaze the pan, loosen everything up. And here in just a second, we'll go on it and add our 2 cups of 1/2 and 1/2. Oh, this smells so fantastic. That garlic and that wine really coming through. We give this just a minute to cook and it'll thicken up a bit, and then we can begin to add our Parmesan cheese. All right, you can see how this is thickened up really nicely. I'm going to begin to sprinkle in some Parmesan. All right, I'm going to turn the heat off. And that completes our sauce. Now all that's left to do is add in our green beans, mix everything together. We'll give it a taste, make sure we like where the seasoning's at, and then we can put our topping on and get it inside the grill. I'm just gonna sprinkle this all across the surface. This is gonna give us a really nice crunch on top. It'll also give us a little bit of saltiness on top. The main cooking chamber is preheated to about 400 degrees, 375, 400, that's a really great range. Now it's only this half of the grill that the heat is coming up from. So we wanna put over here our Dutch oven, and that way we make sure that the bottom doesn't get scorched, but we still get plenty of heat. So we're just gonna close this up. We'll give this maybe 30 minutes or so, come and take a peek. What we're looking for is some bubbling coming through the sauce, and the top is gonna get a little bit more crispy. But here we are, 45 minutes into baking this. You can see that it's bubbling up around the edges. The top is nice and crispy, and this is ready to go. I love all the different textures in here. You can see how creamy it is, and it's got the crunch on top. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, I'm super happy with how those green beans came out. They've still got a little bit of texture to them. They're not total mush. It's really rich. It's got great seasonings. This is a fantastic Thanksgiving side dish, so I hope you guys give this one a shot this holiday season. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, go to thesauce.atbbq.com. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.